Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And on today's video we are going to be doing, well, our very first video of our new island, and I am so excited to get started. This always brings back a lot of old times and memories, starting out a new island. It can be a little stressful sometimes, but not too much. I honestly enjoy doing it. Starting a new island is always really refreshing, and I don't know, it gives me something to look forward to. And I always like leaving all this stuff in, so just so like if there's someone new coming to Animal Crossing, or you're just checking out my channel, there's always a new series to follow, and that's what really I'm all about. This video, I don't know if I'm going to be announcing our new theme or not, but you might be able to get it or have a guess just from the name when I do come up with it. I actually just saw something really cute and I wanted to go for more like a cutesy name this time around, so that's what I'm gonna be going for. And now we can actually pick out the layout of our island, and honestly I'm kind of feeling froggy, so I'm gonna pick really just one of these and see what we can create. I ended up deciding on the one on the like upper left side. It's in kind of a weird location, and I know resident services is not really centered. Typically I like to go for centered, but it doesn't really matter. I kind of want to challenge myself and see what we can create. I remember when like things were first starting, you never really cared about where it was at, and I remember seeing posts like on Reddit and stuff of where like people's resident services are at, and some are like maybe like 5 or so like squares away. It's kind of crazy, but I don't know, I feel like this would be a good challenge. And here's our very first flyover. Looks like we have oranges as our fruit, and let's see who our villagers are. Kind of hoping for some good starter ones. And we got Cub and Renee. Very interesting. Definitely not my first pick, but I do like Renee's kind of like flippy hair. Other than that, I think Cub is wearing very similar glasses to me. But yeah, so now we can actually do the starting process of everything, because this video we are going to be working on 3 stars. This typically takes everyone a while, including myself. Typically takes me around like 4 or 5 hours or so. Just kind of depends if I'm doing other things or if I stop and go, whatever it may be. But yeah, I always put the starter villagers like tents on the like shore. It's just a lot easier to build and less things I gotta move later on. And now we have to do all kinds of tedious things for Tom Nook and the Nooklings just to get things rolling. So I went ahead and grabbed some fruit and some twigs, just the normal things to get things rolling. But honestly, this is probably my favorite stage of starting out brand new. I don't know, it's just really fun, and you just have a blank canvas. You don't have to worry about picking things up, as in like items you place down. Everything's just normal. But yeah, so now it comes to the point where we can actually decide our island name. I'm going to be taking a lot of screenshots, don't mind me. And the name I came up with is Arugula. I don't know why, but I just thought it sounded cute, and it's going to be really fitting for our theme, I think at least. But you know, it's kind of that cute thing where you name your animals after like fruits or vegetables in this case. It's just kind of that theme, and that's what I wanted to go for, and I feel like it is perfect. I'm not gonna lie, I have never spelled arugula a day in my life, so I triple checked myself just to make sure I had everything correct. But yeah, just based off of this name alone, I want you guys to comment below what you think the theme will be, because I think that would be really fun to see your all's guesses in the comments below. But yeah, that's what we went with, and it's always interesting to see everyone else's like island names. Like, what is that? Okay, I guess he's a jock villager. I don't really know about Cub, or I think that's his name, too much. But yeah, we all agreed with Arugula, and now we can go ahead and finally get some rest on our first night on our island. And you know, looking back at this, it's kind of weird. This is the only time you can sleep, and then it will become day. So it's really weird how they have that kind of laid out, because you can't do that anymore after this point. Kind of weird. And then Nook always really awakens you, and then he gives you a phone, and then kind of traps you into paying it. Doesn't really say like, hey, this is going to cost something. And then he always likes to teach you about Nook miles and bells. I don't have any bells or anything. So yeah, we're going to be in debt. I always give him the kind of runaround, acting like I don't know anything. But that doesn't get me anywhere. So we still have to pay. I always spam through all this stuff just to try to get done as quickly as possible. So now I have to work on a lot of things. This is the next day, and the first like kind of broadcast that Nook does. So yeah, your boy is already ready. I have my alternate account, and they're gonna drop me over some goods to help me with some Nook miles, also some tools. Just, you see, a lot of the good things that I needed. I always recommend this to everyone, especially if you have a main account. My main account has thousands of hours on it, and if you have it, just use it. Especially if you're doing a new island theme and you don't feel like tearing down your old island, this is a really good way to do it. And honestly, getting all the gold like tools will give you a mass amount of Nook miles, and that's how I always start out everything. It's getting gold tools, because that really does help out. And honestly, if not, it would take forever. I do remember actually grinding for Nook miles like regularly, and honestly, I never knew about the ticket they give you later on, to where you can go to an island and help you get like, I think it's like 30 iron, 20 iron, whatever it is. So yeah, I waited like a few days to actually gather that, because I was that big of a noob. And it's kind of funny just looking back on these things. And now I gathered up basically every resource that I think he might need, and I just kind of go to town crafting things, and hopefully everything else he needs I can have just on me, so I don't have to really worry about that. Because that is probably one of the other worst parts about it, is running back and forth if you forget something. And if you know me, I do that quite often. But luckily, I got everything that I needed, and I'm already at 10,000 Nook miles, which is really good. So you can't order this right away, which I thought was really weird. I didn't think like you couldn't. So I didn't really know what that was about, because I wanted to buy like the tool ring. I just don't know. You can't do it like until you upgrade like your house, I think. That's what I was getting from, because I had it locked, but now you see I can actually buy them. Like the tool ring is a must-have, so I made sure I grabbed that, because if not, it is a pain in the butt. I remember playing the game firstly and not having that, and when I first saw this, it was an absolute game changer. I went ahead and started gathering up all kinds of bugs I can get. You see me right there being a pro, missing like the slowest butterfly possible. And yeah, I try to avoid fishing though as much as I can, because I am terrible at it. But we got everyone's favorite, the bass. And then more just like in the river and in the ocean, gathered as much as possible. Even though we're not going to be upgrading the museum fully, I think it's just nice to get it done while you can and know how to time travel. And finally, after gathering all the bugs and insects and fish and whatever that I think I would need, I went back to Nook and started donating them one at a time. I'm kind of going to save you guys with that. Went ahead and placed down Blather's tent. Following day, we see that he is open. I am totally going to ignore him and go straight to Timmy, and then we're going to work on building Nook's Cranny. Luckily for him, I have everything on me, so This will be a quick and easy process, not a few day one like I did at the very beginning. So yeah, because I honestly didn't time travel at all at the very beginning, which is kind of crazy looking back on it. I know that's how the game is meant to be played, but yeah. So now that we have that done, we can go ahead and place down the plot. I'm just placing it down willy-nilly, doesn't really matter right now. And then also, our airport is blue. I don't remember the last time I had a blue airport, which is pretty exciting. And now we can go ahead and go to our very first random like mystery island, and hopefully I don't know if you can get a villager right now or not. I think you can. So we're gonna see who we land on, and hopefully it's someone good, I guess. Regardless, I'm gonna be villager hunting anyways, so it doesn't really matter. But we get a mouse. Okay, I can safely say I never had her before. I think her name is Dora. And I tell you what, she's actually not too bad. Her little like blush things on her cheek, pretty cute. I'm pretty sure this is a girl. Could be really wrong. But regardless, she's really cute. And I think she's probably one of the better mice that you can select from. I don't know. Regardless, I'm going to be villager hunting for all new ones anyways, so it doesn't really matter. So we can go ahead and head back and see what our next objective is. And the next day, Tom Nook was back at it again, letting us know that the Nook's Cranny was open. And then also, we got our other villager that's coming in. So yeah, now we're going to work on probably placing down more plots and stuff too. This is the first time we see Mabel. Super cute. I love the Maple sisters. I actually like all of them. This one is my favorite. I actually changed my like switch like icon to her. I just thought it was cute. So went back and spoke with Tom Nook, and then I am going to upgrade my house each and every day. As you see, I'm going to buy items too. This is going to help us get to the 3 stars. I always recommend to people buying the like Mario coins because they don't get in the way. You can walk through them and they're super cheap. And getting a lot of these is going to help out tremendously because again, we're going for 3 stars as fast as we possibly can, and that is going to help us achieve that. Now, Tom Nook is wanting us to create our very first bridge, which again, I think is really weird because after this point, you can never do this again. It's just a simple log bridge, but you definitely want to do this because it's going to help boost up your points for your 3 stars. I always recommend getting 2 like bridges and 2 inclines because it boosts it up a lot and helps you to where you don't have to plant 1,000 flowers, because that is a pain in the butt to clean up, as everyone on this channel probably knows. And now we can work on doing our 3 plots. So this is the most annoying thing you have to do when starting a new island. I hate this, but you gotta get it done regardless. I try my very best to have everything in my pockets right away, to have everything done, and it never comes out that way. I always forget like 4 or 5 things or don't have the pocket space for it. But yeah, when we get that done, we ended up getting our fences. And the following day, went ahead and Tom Nook spoke once more. And then also you see Mabel there too. We need to speak with her, and we need to make sure we get her shop ASAP. So every single day we're going to talk to her. I know you have to buy like a set amount of things, like you have to spend a certain amount of bells. So I'm just buying a bunch of random junk that I will never use to hopefully get her onto the island, because you have to do it I think at least see her 3 times. But yeah, next day go ahead and upgrade everything. I want to buy everything that I can to with my Nook miles just to get started for the future. I need to pay off my loan. I triple check to see if I can buy anything else, because your boy needs some pocket space bad. But yeah, I am really rich too. So that really helps pays off everything. And then after that, I went ahead and spoke with them once more and just did the same thing. I wanted to upgrade my house once again because I really need the storage. I don't upgrade my house fully sometimes, and I only have like 800 storage. But I really realize and struggle that I need way more because you run out quicker than you may think. And he always asks you to build something and to paint it to help you get like, you know, affiliated with like painting and custom designs and stuff, which honestly I feel like is pretty helpful. Next day, went ahead and spoke to this guy here, and he gave me a drinking fountain. This will be the first thing we put down for our 3-star rating. And then I wanted to speak with Leaf and actually buy some things. So I don't know how many points or whatever this gives you towards your 3 stars, so I wanted to buy some bushes and some tomatoes to maybe help with that. And then went inside and spoke with Tom Nook once again, and of course he's telling me that I need to pay off my loan. I triple checked everything again in the Nook Miles store, and then also bought some coins. Again, I am doing this every day, and then also paying off my loan, and then we're rinsing and repeating. So we're gonna do that once again and upgrade our house because we want that, fully paid off house too. Gives you a lot of Nook Miles. And the following day, Tom Nook spoke once again, and then now he's telling us that it's like a recycle box or something. I don't really know. I'm kind of glaring over this right now. Again, buying more coins. You kind of get the gist by now. Again, I always recommend this though to everyone. Every single day, buy something, especially when you're upgrading your house. As you see there, I got 2,000 Nook Miles, which is quite a bit because when you get 3 stars and unlock all your terraforming and stuff, that stuff is really expensive. And now that you see, we have the resident services under construction. Time traveled once again, and there it is open. And then we get to see Isabel for the very first time. She's so cute, man. I really like her bun thing on top of her head. I don't know. She's just cute. Then after that, went inside and spoke with Tom Nook and Isabel, seeing her for the very first time. Ignore my controller dying in the top left corner. It very much died during this video. I don't know why I always forget to charge my controller, but yeah. Again, buying more things to hopefully this will get us to 3 stars, because I did time travel quite a bit and got a lot of coins and like other junk to see if like it can help boost us up. And then I went ahead and paid off my other loan, and now we can do our final upgrade, which is the most expensive. Man, I remember collecting bugs non-stop to pay off these loans, and looking back at it now, I was crazy. Like, I had so many bugs on my island that I caught that it created lag, like an ungodly amount. And bugs was honestly the easiest way for me to make bills, just because I had like a little route I ran, and sometimes I did catch some fish, but I was always in the wrong season to do so. I didn't have like sharks or whale sharks or anything. But yeah, he gave us the plot to place down for the campsite, and I went back and spoke with him once again just to let him know that we had it down. Then the following day, Isabel is finally doing like the talk over for the morning, which is always nice to see her. But yeah, fully upgraded house, you get 5,000 Nook Miles, which is crazy. And then Mabel was here once again, went ahead and bought a bunch of random stuff. I got excited for a second because I thought those were my glasses, but they weren't. And yeah, so now we can actually look around and see Taylor shop at. I know it doesn't really matter, but I was just being nosy to see what else I could do. Went ahead and bought 5 more coins to hopefully get that 3 stars, and then paying off our final loan, which is always exciting. And then Tom Nook says that you can upgrade it and stuff for free, which is honestly really nice, but you have to spend like 4 million bells to get that plus. So yeah, it's not really too worth it. I spoke with Isabel to see if I can go ahead and see my rating, which I don't know why I want to do that, and asked Tom Nook to build a ramp. So let's go ahead and place that down. And what I'm going to be doing now is just a really big montage of me cleaning up, deforesting a little bit, and planting down like vegetables, flowers, and bushes and stuff, all to help with the 3-star rating. And then also placing down all the coins that I've gathered throughout this whole time, and hopefully getting that 3-star rating and being done with this. So yeah, go ahead and enjoy the minute or two of me kind of cleaning up a little bit. And the next day, after I was done cleaning up, Isabel announced that we had a campsite villager. Also, Mabel finally came for the very last time, and we can place down her shop, which honestly I think is my favorite shop. I just think it's really cool, and I just placed it down somewhere extremely random. And why not? She gets right on top of the hill where we placed our incline, and we got Pedro, which is kind of crazy. I really wish we found him on our Kid Core Island. But yeah, we got Pedro on our island for the time being, which is kind of cool. It's the first time we've ever had him, so I don't know. I found that very interesting and kind of rare to land on him. But yeah, spoke to Tom Nook, let him know that we had a campsite villager and we needed to move him in ASAP. So I went ahead and did that, placed down the house, and it was already sold to Pedro. Went in and spoke with him just to tell him that we already did that. And yeah, so now we can work on placing down some more plots, because we need at least, I think, 7 or 8 to get 3 stars, so we need to do that as much as we can. And then also I wanted to build another bridge, again, to help, because it gives a lot of points. I don't know why it does, but it just does. And I placed down another plot right beside Pedro's, and I placed another one down right on the far right corner, and we landed on Bianca. So we have to go in and find a few more villagers just to help get it. But yeah, Bianca is super cute, probably one of my favorite tigers. And then went back to Tom Nook just to speak with him again to ask about like what can we do next, how to get the 3 stars. And this is when we spoke with Isabel for the first time about our rating, and let's see what we get. And we got 3 stars right off the bat. We are already done. We didn't have to do anything else besides what I was doing originally, which is really good, because honestly it doesn't happen like that too often. So I'm very thankful, and that's it. Now we can actually hold a concert for KK Slider and yeah, finish up this video. Following day, Isabel came to tell us that KK is here, and we're gonna hold like a little concert in the front. But here it is. So let's go ahead and watch KK do his thing. I always thought this was really cool, just like a good way to kind of end, even though this game doesn't really end because you don't have 5 stars yet. But I don't know, I feel like it's pretty cool, and I think it's nice that you can have all the villagers and stuff you got along the way. And I don't know if you all noticed this, but I got Bubbles yet again. She is mildly obsessed with me, and she is like on all my islands. But yeah, anyways, after that was said and done, Tom Nook came and spoke with us just to let us know that, we done it, we finished it. He always gives us the New Horizons album, which is super cool. And now we have the ability to terraform. Such a nice app to have, and we are all done. So now we can actually finally wrap up this video. Now that we got 3 stars, we are done, we're ready to roll, and we are ready to start our new theme. Again, our island is named Arugula, so leave your kind of comments below what you think it's going to be. Regardless, I'm excited for it, and I know we're going to have a lot of fun. Again, if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. I'm very excited and ready to get started. But yeah, if you don't want to miss any more Animal Crossing content, or if you have just recommendations, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. And until next time.